Well, we've been questioning Ohio's top officials on their ties to former FirstEnergy executives who allegedly spent $60 million in exchange for House Bill 6, legislation giving a $1 billion bailout for their failing nuclear energy company. The scandal landed former House Speaker Larry Householder in prison for 20 years. And the company has already admitted to the bribery scheme. Tonight, we're following through as Columbus Bureau reporter Morgan Trow asked Ohio's lieutenant governor about his relationship with FirstEnergy.
We followed the law.
Both Governor Mike DeWine and Lieutenant Governor Jon Husted have continuously denied any involvement. But text messages from a public records request show Husted was in communication with the FirstEnergy leaders about the bailout bill. Now indicted executives Chuck Jones and Michael Dowling also helped fund Husted's campaign. In a speech at an expensive fundraiser, Jones called Husted a good friend of FirstEnergy, and he would be great for the company and the shareholders. From the beginning, Dowling emailed Jones that he had left the details of HB 6 to Husted. When the Senate was holding up the bill's passage, Jones texted Householder saying, "Husted called me 2 nights ago and was supposed to get it in the Senate version." Householder responded, "He's not a legislator." Jones replied, "I know, but he said Senate leaders would listen." In a text from Jones to another FirstEnergy exec, he said, "Husted and others are fighting to the end, and we've been talking to them all day." Legal expert Mike Benza says these texts don't look good for Husted.
Some of these text messages may make it even worse for him, that it appears that they targeted him as the person to do this.
Law enforcement hasn't accused him of wrongdoing, but he's been subpoenaed and is set to give a sworn deposition in a civil case related to the scandal. I questioned him Friday.
Why should people believe you that you didn't know about this scheme?
Well, first of all, we'd be at an energy deficit today. So it's important that they were saved. That was a very public position I'd taken, and I stand by that position.
But that has nothing to do with the texts about the bribery scheme.
I don't know what you're talking about. We weren't involved. Texts that other people share amongst themselves have nothing to do with me. I wasn't involved in that conversation.
How were you ignorant of their behavior then? There were phone logs of you talking to them more than 20 times.
I wasn't involved in it. That was Larry Householder. And there are no texts between me and him.
But we did obtain Jones and Dowling's phone logs showing Husted used his personal phone to talk to the executives at least 30 times in a year. Still, Benza says there's a few reasons why Husted might not know.
You don't ask.
Or you're kept in the dark.
He sees that as normal political action.
In new court filings, Dowling says he plans to call Husted to testify as a witness in his criminal trial. At the Ohio State House, I'm Morgan Trow reporting.